Hi everyone, welcome back to the Pressurized Test Kitchen. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to put together a very easy to do recipe making a tiramisu dessert. What we're going to start off with is we're going to use 200 milliliters of concentrate base, 200 milliliters of whole milk, 4 ounces mascarpone cheese, and 2 teaspoons of amaretto. First we're going to start off with getting our mascarpone cheese and putting it in our measuring cup. And what we can do is, because the mascarpone is a little bit more firm, we can soften it up by putting it in the microwave, probably at intervals of about 10 seconds. You just kind of want to let it become a little soft, actually, because you want it to actually pass through the ISI canister. If it's too stiff, it's going to clog up the device and it's not going to function properly. You're not going to get the product going through there. So we're going to go ahead and pour our milk into it, our 200 milliliters, and we're going to use our hand mixer and just mix it together, blending it all together, getting a nice smooth consistency. What we're going to do is bring in our amaretto and put in the 2 teaspoons. And finally, we're going to put everything into our ISI canister. Remember to have your ISI canister cool down so that way it can maintain temperature of the product longer. So we'll pour all the contents into the canister and close it back up, putting on the top, put the decorating tip on, and then we're going to put in a brand new charging cartridge, and we're going to screw that in tightly until we hear a slight hissing sound, almost like an escape of gas. What it's actually doing is opening the cartridge and releasing into the canister. So we'll tighten that down. And you always have to remember, every time you're using this particular contraption, what you want to do is shake it at least 15 to 20 times. And being that the downward upward motion is 1 and repeating is 2. First what we're going to do is we're going to start off with our martini glass, utilizing our lady fingers and our coffee. So we'll take and break the lady fingers, dip them in. We're just going to put them inside. You want to kind of put them in there in a way where it's somewhat decorative. You can see them on the edge, on the outer edge of the martini glass. And we come back to our ISI canister, always being sure that when you dispense, you're going to dispense it in the way that the tip is pointing straight down. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of cocoa powder, shake a little bit on top. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to bring up a little bit more of the flavor of the coffee taste. Come back, we'll get a little bit more lady fingers. We'll soak them and put them in. Come back with our ISI canister. If you notice, we haven't been shaking this other than the first time we did it and never more. It's not necessary. If you overshake it, the product might not function the same. A little more cocoa powder on top. Grab one of our previously made chocolate decorations. Place that on top. And finish it off with a garnish of a maraschino cherry. And there you have it. Finished off tiramisu that can easily impress your friends and also would be a great gourmet dessert to serve to your guests.